Hello, folks. Let's see if we can put this situation to bed, shall we? About whether there was judgment and condemnation when Beavan asked the pastor to stop me from coming to services that she goes to, whatever wording she used. It doesn't matter. Basically, what I know from him is that she told him that the reason is because I believed that she was supposed to be my wife. Right? Believed. So, if it's believed, that's past. Believe wouldn't be accurate. If she says, because I believe, that would be inaccurate, but it doesn't matter. But the thing of it is, as I say, we have to start off. If I was prosecuting them, right, I'd start with the point that, first of all, they believe, and they do, that going to the services, being part of that fellowship group together is fundamentally important. Right? They would say yes to that. So therefore, is banning someone from that a big deal? They would therefore have to say yes, it's a very big deal. To prevent someone from coming to the services, that's a pretty big deal. You wouldn't do that over nothing. So therefore, there has to be what? There has to be a judgment first. Is what the person did wrong? She says it's wrong. Pastor has to agree with her because she is a relatively important person in the church. So therefore, they both agreed on judgment. That there is judgment and that the judgment is fair. They both agreed on it, right? So therefore, we have judgment. So we have that point. If you judge, you will be judged. That's ticked. What about condemnation? Okay. Condemnation means the price that you have to pay. So, banning someone from the services or whatever other things that she attends is the price to pay. And a pretty high price as far as they are concerned. Because, any events of fellowship that she goes to. So, for example, they have their online prayer thing. Well, okay, I couldn't be a part of that. If she goes down to the thing they do on Sundays in the park, I couldn't go into that. When they have their festival with the River Church, I can't really go to that because she does. Right? So all these things I am not allowed to attend because she goes there. And that all comes in with the ban. Right? Anything that she attends, I'm banned from. Yeah. They have to agree that the punishment fits the crime. Yeah? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well, again, I could say to both of them in their sentencing, I could say to both of them, before you were married to the people you were with, did you ever have sex with anyone else? If they say yes, then you thought that person was supposed to be your husband or your wife. That's a crime. According to your thinking, that's a crime. Because if they're saying that I should be banned because I thought that Carlie Beavan was supposed to be my wife, well, for whatever reason, whether God was in that or not, it's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. From their point of view, God wasn't in it. From my point of view, he was. But it doesn't matter. From their point of view, he wasn't, so therefore we count it from that point, right? But I say, it doesn't matter, because neither of them have gone to God and checked with God as to whether God was wanting me to believe that. Neither of them have done that. So therefore, it's it doesn't matter whether God's in it or not. So, yeah. Was there judgment? Was there condemnation? Yes. And again, the problem is, I think the pastor sees it that there wasn't, because at no point in time did the two of them actually work out whether they wanted to judge me and condemn me. They just did it. Because they just did it, they think that therefore there wasn't any judgment or condemnation, but there was. Because there has to be. You wouldn't ban someone unless you thought they'd done wrong, and you wouldn't ban someone unless you thought that that was a reasonable thing to do based on what they did. If you think that's a reasonable thing to do, that's a reasonable thing to do to them, therefore punishment. Therefore, that's the thing, that's the payment of what they did, the condemnation. So therefore there is judgment, yes. There is condemnation, yes. It doesn't matter whether it was thought out. That's irrelevant. But that's, I think, what he's basing it upon, that there wasn't, because it wasn't thought out. Okay. That wouldn't change a thing, so anyway, there you go. You take care. God bless. Bye-bye.